What's going on, guys? It's VFM here, and here's a brand new segment of The Verdict for all of you right now. This time, that's right, people, you could see it in the title, we're talking about Captain America, the First Avenger. It's by Marvel Studios, stars Chris Evans as pretty much Steve Rogers, the First Avenger, Captain America. Now, I've been waiting on this movie for such a long time. I've talked about it in plenty of videos and such, and I have to be honest with you, I was extremely satisfied when I was at the movie theater last night actually checking it out during the kind of world premiere, per se, the first showing and stuff, midnight. So, we go in, okay, the whole movie's starting up. A lot of people are there. Everybody's going crazy. And by the way, I wish I took some pictures. There was a bunch of people over there dressed up as Captain America, kind of anticipating this movie. So everybody was really hyped. Everybody was ready to roll. So we saw the movie. What did I think of the movie overall? The movie is exquisite. The movie is awesome. This has, by far, in my opinion anyway, is the best Marvel superhero movie to date so far. There's a couple other spots. I've read some reviews here and there saying that, they missed a couple of points on certain spots. It could have been a great movie, but it's still a good movie. It's a great movie just to chill out, to watch if you love superhero flicks or you've been following all of the Marvel movies per se. It's really, really that good, guys. I think personally, CG and stuff aside, I think it was much better than Iron Man and Iron Man 2. And I love those two movies, from the get-go. But there's a lot of good story here, especially around the character of Steve Rogers. You really see his progression from, small time, getting beat up all the time type of dude, all the way up to an army hero for the most part, or America's hero, America's golden boy, they even refer him to. Some of the cool stuff is the casting in this movie. You got Tommy Lee Jones that plays pretty much the general that's, trains, all the soldiers and stuff, and he's kind of like always on Steve Rogers' butt most of the time, and he later on comes to terms and kind of accepts him as being Captain America, because he makes a bunch of funny jokes. I'm not really going to spoil it for you guys, but during the course of the movie, he makes a lot of really funny jokes that he really, brings a lot of personality and flair and kind of his trademark stamp to the roles. So I thought that was pretty cool. Chris Evans, the meat and potatoes, obviously, of the entire movie, plays a great Captain America. Obviously, one of the big things is that everybody knows him as the Human Torch from the original Fantastic Four movies. And, you could, just looking at him and not really hearing any dialogue and stuff, you could get that sense, especially if you've seen those movies. But his acting is on point. His acting is phenomenal. He really kind of, you don't get a sense that, oh my God, it's the Human Torch in Cap's outfit. What it is pretty much Chris Evans really bringing Steve Rogers, to the limelight, really giving him a personality or kind of like, a flair and this type, a really, good sense of like being able to relate with us or us as an audience really kind of, going out our way and like being immersed in what happens with this character. He really does a really good job in the role, and I think there was probably no other person that could have been, picked for this role and done as good a job as he did. Also, Hugo Weaving. Hugo Weaving does an awesome Red Skull. Granted, there are some little points here and there. There isn't enough time to actually really kind of explore the whole kind of motivations and other character background, characteristics about the Red Skull, or Johann Schmidt, I believe it's called, his actual name is. But on the time he spends on the screen, he really commands the role. It's really, he does a really good job. The actual kind of face paint and all the kind of like, special effects that they use on it. It's not like CG special effects, but, kind of like the plaster and the face paint and stuff like that. He really looks the part as the Red Skull. It looks really cool. To me, when I was watching it was like watching one of those older 90s cartoons and stuff really coming to life. And actually, having like a classic Captain America Red Skull battle. I thought that was awesome. It was really, really cool. Some of the more climactic scenes of the actual movie, like towards the end of the movie, are really well done. There's some spots said that they were rushed, but I didn't really get that sense when I was watching them. Everybody in the movie theater was really enjoying themselves and stuff, but just watching it as a whole, I didn't feel like most of the last part of the origin story was really rushed all that much. It kind of all ties together really nicely, and it sets up the Avengers and, all the other subsequent movies after that really well, really nicely. Which leads me to this. During the course of the movie, you get to see a lot of different little Easter eggs and goodies, some of which are explicitly said, some are not. You get to see the Howling Commandos. That's one thing. Anybody that's read a lot of Marvel comics will know who the Howling Commandos are. They're pretty much Nick Fury's boys, like his kind of like platoon group of guys. Got Dum Dum Dugan, him, and about a few other dudes. That's really cool. We get to see Bucky Barnes. He's in like the first like half of the movie. A whole bunch of stuff goes down. I'm not going to spoil it what happens with him. You guys will see it, but it sets up both a Cap sequel and a Winter Soldier kind of like story arc, along those lines. And once you see the movie, if you haven't already, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Besides that, with the Howling Commandos and stuff, we obviously get to see Nick Fury. We get to see another person obviously play Nick Fury, but you could see a little bit kind of like how they did the casting choice to get those kind of like similar characteristics or facial features as Samuel L. Jackson, which eventually leads towards the later half of the movie. You get to see Cap in present day. That's not too much of a spoiler. I'm not going to tell you exactly what goes down and stuff, but if you read the comics, you'll know exactly what pretty much happens. Now, from there, after the credits, which was the big thing that everybody knew like more than about a week ago, after the credits was the Avengers trailer. And I have to say, I was really impressed from what I saw. I really like the way that the characters look. Everything looks like it's coming together really nicely. Josh Whedon, the actual director of this movie and the Avengers movie, is really bringing his A game. He's really bringing these characters to life. This is probably, when that movie comes out next year, that is probably going to be the best superhero movie or best superhero team-up movie ever in the history of actual Marvel movies or even comic book movies adapted into live-action movies. It's going to be really hard for DC to step up their game and actually match up to the plate of what Marvel is doing. But that's all down the line. I just have to say that I love the trailer. It was obviously we got to see much more than the teaser that I leaked out on the net. It was really good. Really cool. A lot of little humorous moments. It's nice to see. There's a little money shot moment where you get to see all the actors from all the respective movies. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, you got Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Nick Fury, and I'm pretty sure the guy that's playing the Incredible Hulk was there. It's just an awesome money shot moment. Everybody in the theater went nuts. So that's going to be cool. Overall, though, Captain America the First Avenger is definitely a movie worth seeing if you're into superhero flicks. Even if you're not into superhero flicks, you should definitely give it a run. Actually check it out, see if you like it. But that's just my opinion, guys. Leave your comments and video responses. I don't mind. Just keep it civil. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys really enjoyed the movie, or if you hated it, or if you wanted to see some extra stuff, or if you're really hyped up for the Avengers, put it in the comment section below, guys. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. So, I'm out. That's all I got for you guys. VFM is gone. This has been your verdict. Enjoy your day, people.